Hey everybody, this is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner, real estate from a marketing perspective, and this is episode number 51. Surpassed the half century mark, so last week was episode number 50, this week 51. Very excited about it. First time guest on the podcast, been trying to get him on for about a year now since I started it. Just a real busy guy. I always start my podcast off by telling everybody that I couldn't do this podcast if it wasn't for my support team, which is Jennifer Smitis, Division President, Caitlin Korner, Devin, the escrow officers here in the Sugar Land office, and Wendy Santana, the escrow officer in the Richmond office, as well as the support staff. I can't name everybody, but you guys know who you are. Also, if you are a vendor like David, or you are a real estate agent in the Fort Bend County area, and you want to be on the podcast, give me a call. I'll be happy to put you on the calendar, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com. So let's get started with episode number 51 of Kevin's Corner. Everybody that knows me in my circle of friends in life knows who this guy is. This is David Rodriguez with Interlinc Mortgage. We've been friends and business partners working together for probably 5-6 years now.
Maybe more like 10.
Getting close.
Yeah.
So tell everybody who you are and who you're with.
Okay. I'm David Rodriguez. I'm with Interlinc Mortgage Services. Interlinc Mortgage Services has been around for quite some time. I'm going on my 14th year with Interlinc Mortgage, and I've been in the mortgage business 25 plus years. I'm a mortgage originator here in Houston, Texas. I do business throughout the state of Texas, focus mainly on the greater Houston area. We're a direct lender. We're able to service some of our own loans, which means that we've done the necessary financial steps to become a direct lender. I think about maybe 30% of everything that we're closing may stay in our servicing portfolio, but that's the 20,000 foot view.
Yeah, so that's important because a lot of people want to continue to do business with the mortgage companies that actually gave them the loan, and in a lot of cases that's not the case. It doesn't happen that way, but it's just the way it is. So tell everybody, you've been in mortgage for a long time now. Why Interlinc, and why did you get into the mortgage business in the first place?
I don't think anybody by design goes to college and has the mindset of, well, I'm gonna get into the mortgage business. If you ask most originators, most people that have gotten in the mortgage business to do what I do, they got into it kind of by default or by accident. And my story of how I got into the mortgage business was I was going to college, needed a summer job, and this mortgage company that was located in Midtown, it's no longer there, needed a delivery guy, but because back then there was not a lot of faxing, and we still delivered everything by hand. So I became their runner boy, so to speak. Wow. And
did you drive, or were you on a bicycle?
I drove the company car to deliver closing docs and deposits to the bank, and you name it. If they needed it, I would go and do it. So fast forward, when I was done with school, I was offered a job there to manage all of their foreclosed properties, because that was back in the time when there were lots of foreclosures, and did that successfully. And when there were no more foreclosures to sell or to manage, by default, I transitioned over into being a mortgage originator. So that's how I got into the business. And you can ask anybody else in the mortgage business how they got into the business. They have their own similar story of how they did it.
You just kind of fall backwards into it.
Yes.
I never thought that I would ever be in real estate, much less title.
Right.
I applied for a position with a property management company not knowing anything about real estate or property management, but they needed a marketing guy, which is what I am. And fast forward 9 years later, and we're sitting here doing a podcast. So
Yeah, I remember that's how you and I met.
exactly, yeah, back in property management days. So tell everybody, we know why you got into the business and how you got into the business. What makes Interlinc different? Because, like title companies, not all mortgage companies are created equal. I firmly believe that, especially about title, and I'm biased, but still. And you and I have been working together for such a long time. I believe in our relationship and your product. I refer you a lot of business. So tell everybody why you're different.
Well, Interlinc Mortgage is a company that initially was founded by a good friend of mine and somebody that has been that I've been associated with in the mortgage business for many years throughout my career. His name is Jim Van Steenhouse, and he and I kind of grew up in the business. He was the founder, and the company is currently run by Gene Thompson and Josh Itorino, and these two gentlemen at certain points in their career were also mortgage originators. So,
Okay.
so they're not these guys that are high up in the ivory tower that have never originated on a loan and have never done what I do. So for that reason, they know how to run this company in a manner that is designed to support what I do.
Mm-hmm.
And
They've been there, done that.
yes, they've been there, done that, and so my clients and my customers are builders, realtors, and buyers. And their philosophy is their customer is me, the realtor, the builder, and buyers. So from that perspective, the company is every decision that the company makes is for the purpose of being a responsible business owner, but also everything they do is designed around supporting mortgage originators. Not all companies are run like that. There's a whole bunch of good companies out there, don't get me wrong, but not all companies are driven that way, run that way. A lot of times you might have somebody that runs the company that has never originated a loan, that have never done what I do.
So they don't understand.
They could be a very good business owner, they could be very intelligent, but they don't truly have the understanding of what you have to do to support successful loan originators.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I mean, the owner and founder, Stuart Title, who just recently passed away, he was 103, I believe. I mean, he worked in the first Stuart Title office that we opened in Galveston 130 years ago.
How interesting.
Yeah, or not necessarily. He worked in an office, but he didn't open it, obviously. But his family did. So I understand. I get it. They've been there, done that. They walk the walk. They know what you're doing. They've done what you're doing, and that's important because they understand. Tell everybody what Interlinc Mortgage offers as far as loan programs, how they can get. Do you have programs that will help them get approved? Get their credit fixed, the normal stuff, first-time buyer programs, things like that.
Gosh, I could talk for 3 hours about that,
Okay,
but we're not.
The clock is ticking.
Yeah, so. I know, we're not. And I know I have a tendency to talk a lot. Interlinc Mortgage is a full-service lender, so we offer pretty much all the products out there. We can do Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA, VA, USDA, jumbo, renovation loans, which are the FHA 203K or the Fannie Mae home style. We're doing all the non-QM lending, non-QM being the loan programs that are a little bit more creative and fall outside of normal lending guidelines, such as we can do bank statement loans for self-employed borrowers. Let's say a borrower has too many write-offs on their tax returns, so instead of using the tax returns, we're able to use the bank statements to derive their income. We're able to do loans for people that are wanting to buy investment property, where we're able to, they're called DSCR loans. That's also a non-QM loan. A DSCR loan allows us to completely eliminate asking for W-2s, pay stubs, tax returns. We don't even look at their income. We only look at their credit and their assets. And as long as the property supports the rental value of the property supports the payment of the principal and interest, taxes, and insurance payment, we'll do the loan.
Okay.
That's designed for people that want to build a rental portfolio. But you name it, we're doing it. We have some affiliations with some hard money lenders for those that want to do fix and flips. We can help direct that to some affiliations that we have also. So pretty much you name it, we're doing it. There's very few programs that we're not. We're doing a whole bunch of first-time homebuyer programs that are very prevalent right now, where we're able to get down payment assistance for first-time buyers, anywhere from 2% of the sales, 2% of the loan amount to 5% of the loan amount for first-time buyers. We even have programs that will give you down payment assistance as long as you're below a certain income level. In Harris County, that's $116,000, where you don't have to be a first-time home buyer, and I can still get you down payment.
$116,000.
Yes. If your income is below $116,000, and you're wanting to buy a property in the state of Texas, and you're not a first-time home buyer, we still can get you down payment assistance between that 2 and 5% level.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So there's a lot of creativity out there with getting loans done. Another thing that we help is we help with are people that are self-employed and need help with their tax returns, because that's where a lot of self-employed people have issues. Is yes, they may be very successful, but a lot of times we see lots of write-offs on their tax returns. If they're willing to sit down and do a consultation with us, we can help them for the future file their tax returns in a manner that would allow them to qualify for the loan, but at the same time not owe their firstborn to the IRS.
Exactly. Nice. So you guys, you have a lot of programs and a lot of things that you can offer people. Tell everybody this market, everybody, especially if you're in the market, if you're an agent or me or you, or this market is uncomfortable, I would say. Tell everybody what you think real quick the next 6 months to a year is going to hold as far as your opinion on home sales and the interest rates.
Okay. What we're seeing right now are a lot of buyers that have resigned themselves to accept the fact that the interest rates are where they are.
Finally.
Yes, a lot of those buyers were sitting on the sideline at the end of 2022, and especially through 2023. There were a lot of buyers that just decided, I'm going to wait. So I think everybody's gotten used to hearing where the rates are. And so what we're seeing is a lot of buyers that are jumping back into the market because there's a housing need. Mm-hmm. With 330 million some odd billion people in a million people in the U.S. There's a certain amount of real estate activity that's going to happen, whether the rates are 3% or the rates are 9%.
People have to have a place to live.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's what we're seeing right now. But for the future, based on all the forecasting that we listen to, within the next 12 to 24 months, we'll be seeing significant drops in the interest rates. Don't hold your breath for 3%, but fives.
Five is where
We'll see fives, maybe upper fours, but that's going to happen over time. It's going to take time, but we think in 12 to 24 months there's definitely going to be significantly lower rates.
I'll put a caveat on that. If anybody thinks we're going to get back to COVID era times, that's not going to happen.
Don't hold your breath for that.
So you got to get used to where we are, where we're going to go. But it's COVID was an anomaly. I really don't think, at least in my lifetime, that's ever going to happen again, unless we have another pandemic.
I think you're right about that.
And let's not have a pandemic. Let's talk just for a few seconds about how do you market your business? How do you get new agents? What do you do to market your brand?
Believe it or not, one of the big things that I do is cold calling.
Do you really?
Yeah. When I see that there's an agent that has a certain amount of production, I'll give them a call. And sometimes that's well received and sometimes it's not. But we get past all the no's to get to the yeses. Yeah. And the other thing that we do are things like this. We partner up with you to do a lot of sponsorship of classes. I'm always involved in the real estate community. I've got partnerships with others that do with you what you do in other parts of Houston.
Other title companies,
right.
Inspection companies.
Exactly.
Like that. Yeah.
And I'm always accessible.
Are you on social media?
I'm on social media. Yep.
Which social media sites are you on?
I'm primarily Facebook and Instagram. Not so much on YouTube, but that's coming soon.
Yeah, you need to be on YouTube. So
yeah.
Number one way to market anything today is in videos. So get on the horse.
Yeah.
So is there one marketing concept that you want to start trying in the future that you haven't used?
More of this.
More of this?
Yes.
Okay. You're not going to create your own podcast, are you?
I need to.
Oh, okay. Hope I get to be a guest.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Well, tell everybody how to get a hold of you. Give them your phone number and your email address.
Absolutely. My phone number is 713-819-3031. My email address is davidr@linkloan.com. And Link is spelled with a C.
Yes, it's spelled with a C.
And my website is www.davidrmortgage.com. Again, my cell is 713-819-3031. That's the best way to reach me.
Yeah. And if you are a real estate agent and you attend one of my events and he's sponsoring it, there's a good chance that you're going to leave with a mug with his face on it.
That's funny. We'll leave that at that.
We'll leave that at that. Give me your phone number one more time.
713-819-3031. And just on one final note,
yeah.
I bet we've been in the business so long that there are many instances where me and my team hold underwriters accountable to the guidelines, to the correct decisions. And in the lending business, there's a lot of subjectivity. We're all held to account by the same guidelines, which come from Fannie, Freddie, FHA, and VA. And inside those guidelines, there's subjectivity. So there are many instances where you could have one loan file, go to 3 different lenders, and you could potentially get 2 or 3 different answers. So with that, it's always smart to get a second opinion if something's falling apart. There's not a month that passes by that we're not doing some deal that we have rescued that 1 or 2 other lenders have turned down and couldn't figure out how to get it done. Extremely important to get a second opinion because we're always closing deals that others can't figure out.
If in most people's case, the most important purchase they ever make is their home, get a second opinion.
Absolutely.
Always get a second opinion.
Yeah.
Awesome. Give them the phone number one more time.
713-819-3031.
Awesome. Thanks very much, David, for finally being on my podcast. Oh, my God. This guy's so busy. I can't make it. I can make it, but I got to do it at 9 o'clock in the morning. But he's here. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
And you will be on it again.
Absolutely.
So we're going to wrap up this segment of Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective, from episode number 51. We'll be right back with segment number 2. Thank you. Hey, everybody. This is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. This is segment number 2 of episode number 51. Earlier, we talked to David Rodriguez of Interlinc Mortgage, and now I have Monique Hoggard, who is a real estate agent in the area. Say hi to everybody.
Hello, everyone.
So we met a few months ago, maybe, and how did we meet? Did you come to one of my classes, or
I met you through Bernadette. I'm sorry, Bernadette.
Oh, Bernadette Arzu.
Yes, she recommended you. Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, Bernadette's been on the podcast and been in my office many times.
Awesome.
Hi, Bernadette. How you doing?
Hi, Bernadette.
So tell everybody who you are, who your broker is, and what kind of agent you are. What do you do?
Okay. My name is Monique Hoggard, as Kevin said. I work with eXp Realty, and I've been in the industry for 3 years. I love it. I'm doing it full time, and I never would have thought that you have to really do this full time. Now I understand why. My best friend's a realtor, my ex-husband's a realtor, and that's kind of how I got into it. So before I started real estate, I was doing commercial insurance, which I still have my license, and it actually helps me because I can be a one-stop shop for my clients. So I can offer you homeowners, renters, auto, commercial, business, life, everything. We do everything. And so I love it. I've been doing it for 3 years. I'm now doing it full time, and I work pretty much with everybody, I must say. I have done fix and flip deals with investors. I'm trying to learn a little bit more as a wholesaler so I don't have to be the middleman anymore. I do buyers, sellers, and I just start tapping into international as of last year. So my background is I'm Trinidadian, Venezuelan, and I sit on the executive board for one of the Trinidad and Tobago Association here of Texas as their community lead committee person. And basically my goal is to bridge the gaps between the Caribbean communities and the Caribbean and African diaspora communities. So I was already kind of doing international real estate because of those two things. Being that I'm from Trinidad, some people have reached out to me, which is great because I want to be the go-to person for individuals that come here from Trinidad, or if they want to go back, because I work with the team there, a RE/MAX team. And so that's just kind of how I started. I got my SIP certification, and now I've dived in a little bit more, and I just love it because two things. People love to travel, which I'm a travel agent, and as well, I do a lot. And people are wanting to leave the U.S., so I just figured, let me look a little bit more into this and see how I can be an expert if I can, or, be someone to look in, to be as a recommended realtor for that space.
Awesome. So for anybody that doesn't know, where is Trinidad?
Trinidad and Tobago is right by Venezuela.
So down in South America.
Yes, right by South America. So it's a little island, and it's a lot of great people. A lot of Caribbean people are actually coming here just as well as everybody else because of oil and gas and plant life, chemical plants, things like that. So
what's the population of Trinidad?
Oh, now I don't know. That's to be the
Ballpark.
God's honest truth. Ooh,
Ballpark. What do you think it is?
I don't know. That's
50 people or 500,000 people?
It's a lot of people. I don't
people?
I don't have a number, so I'm sorry. I don't want to
That's okay.
misrepresent, and then somebody's watching this, they're like,
I'm
"Oh
curious.
no, that is not correct." I will
Well,
find out for
if
you.
anybody calls me and wants to criticize you, I'll
Okay,
back
I will find out, and I will send that over to you ASAP.
So you said you were with EXP. what is your favorite thing about real estate?
My favorite thing about real estate is there's so many things that you can do with it. A lot of times people just focus on residential or commercial, and there's so much more. So as I said, there's international. You can, even just in the industry, if you want to go towards to be a lender, you can now be a lender and a realtor. You can work for a title company, just depending on the title company that will allow you to come on board. You can do investments. You can work with investors. A lot of people are now getting into Airbnb as a realtor, or you have wholesalers that are also realtors. So there's just so many dynamics of real estate. And the thing that I love about it is the sky is the limit, or I should say you are your limit. Because you can go as high, as far, as wide as you want to go. It's just up to you.
Right.
And it only takes one opportunity to set you up for a lifetime.
Everything is about your drive and the desire to succeed. And
That's
so,
right.
most people that, that don't have the drive and the desire and don't succeed, that they're their own worst enemies.
That's right.
So, tell everybody, we know what you like about real estate. I know you're Trinidad and Tobago and you're also here, but as far as here goes, in the city of Houston surrounding area, what part of town are you the expert in? What part of town do you consider to be your specialty?
I live in Richmond, Texas, so I love Richmond, Sugarland, Katy area because I'm kind of right in the middle. The West Park Tollway separates Katy and Richmond. So I tend to stay in this area, A-Leaf, those zip codes within that little circle. So but I go wherever HAR takes me, to be honest with you. Sometimes I feel like I'm driving all over Houston. Some days
you can
gone
feel
from
like
northwest to
you can
southwest.
feel like you're driving all over Houston just by going 15 miles.
Yes.
So the traffic in this place is
But
ridiculous.
sometimes I have actually, like, my mom she helps me like track my mileage for me. So when I do my taxes, because I'm like, I just don't have the time. And I know that there's apps and all these great things. And she's like, I'll help you. I think she just wants to help. So I just let her.
She's your mom. Let her know.
She's my mom. I love her. So I don't think she realized when she calculated how many miles I did last year compared to the year before. Because like I said, I'm doing it full time now.
Full time, yeah.
So she was like, you did almost 15,000 miles. I said, yeah, that's how much I drive. I drive a lot,
I drive close to 20. Because I live in Sugarland.
Yeah.
I mean, excuse me, Pearland.
Oh yeah, that's far. Pearland is far.
You've said a couple of times you're now doing this full time. What were you doing before?
I was working for a commercial insurance agency.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why I kept my license, because I worked very hard for it, and I see how I can utilize it with real estate. And I will probably soon go get my life insurance, because of course once you buy a house you need life insurance in case anything happens to you. So again, it's all about being resourceful and being able to provide the most to my clients at one stop.
Awesome. So with all of your connections and the different hats you wear and everything, do you have the ability to help people become first-time home buyers?
Absolutely. So one of my lender partners is great because he does a lot of community work within Harris County and City of Houston. And not all lenders are privy to working with some of these first-time home buying programs. You have to actually do community work for a certain amount of time, and he's one of 8 that has been chosen, or his bank has been chosen to work with some of these great programs, up to $150,000 free grant money that you do not have to pay back. You may just have to live in the home for 4 years, which I'd take it.
I've been in mine for 20, so.
Yes. And then also 100% financing, where you can literally get a home for as little as 1% out of pocket costs. So, there's so many different things that, a lot of individuals don't know about home ownership. And that's why I love being a realtor as well, because I get to share that information. For me, it's about helping, even though this is my job, but in everything that I do, it's like I'm still helping people. So I feel like I'm not one of the realtors that chases checks. I would love to be rich off of real estate, but unfortunately I'm not because we work with a lot of people who don't have the greatest credit scores, and that takes time to help build that. But I have some great, credit repair partners and helping individuals.
That was going to be my
that.
next question.
Yeah.
Someone that wants to buy a home but can't because of their credit,
Mm-hmm.
do you have a way to help them with that?
Absolutely. So with either, if they're not going through one of the programs, I have a credit repair person I refer them to, and his fees are very affordable compared to what I've seen. Or if they do go through one of the home buying programs, we do work with some of the CDC companies that do help get them, in position for that as well. So if there's a will, there's a way. Sometimes we have to let our clients know there is a little homework that you have to do. So as long as you do your homework, I can help you get into a house.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And so since you wear so many hats, whether it be real estate or anything else that you do, how do you market your business? Where can people find you?
Everybody can
How
find
can people
me.
find you?
I post a lot on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I have a podcast show myself, which I'm going to have you on.
That's what she says.
Yes, I am. I am. We're getting there. We're getting there. We have to do different segments, but once we get the title partners, you're going to be one of the first people I call.
Okay.
But you have been great. But pretty much social media. I work with. Even with EXP, we have workplace. So what I may be picking up some clients that are moving from Canada here, just by, sending out my information and just trying to partner up with other individuals. There's Caribbean realtors. I'm like, hey, reach out to them. If you know anybody moving to Houston, let them know about me. I'd be more than happy to work out a referral deal with you. So all of these things I love, because even though we're not licensed in other places, we have referral opportunities.
You can still make money.
You can still make money. And
Yeah.
I see, and then even bringing people in under us. That's one thing I love about EXP, is that we have the opportunity to make money when realtors come under you and become a part of the associate or organization. And then also we are one of, I don't think there was anybody else out there, I might be wrong, but we have stock options. So that's another great thing.
Yeah. EXP stock option.
Yeah.
Yep. As far as the brokerage goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much. And then, I'm always doing something with the Caribbean community or African community. I pass out my card to any and everybody. I am not shy at all. I will be getting a car service done. Even the guy that came to my house today for my foundation work, I gave him my card. I was like, hey, he lives in Northwest Houston, and everybody knows Acres Home is about to blow up. So I was like, hey, I actually got some new homes if anybody that is interested. So I talk to everybody. So that's how I pretty much market myself. And I also tell clients, if you know anybody looking to buy a home, please share my information, because word of mouth is obviously the best advertising, and we can give referral fees for, referral incentives for giving a referral. So I just try to share as much as about me as I can. I try to do different community type things where I can set up as a vendor, whether it's a pop-up shop, go to a church to talk about the programs, go on somebody's radio station, TV station, wherever you guys will listen, I'm there. So y'all can also share and spread the word as well.
That's what the podcast is for.
Yes.
So do you have a website?
I do. It is makingmoveswithmonique.com.
There you go. That's a unique URL.
Yes.
And so social media, website, obviously networking, getting involved with the community. That's how you get your brand and your name out. What is there in the future, marketing wise, that you might want to start trying that you haven't been in the past?
What I'm trying to do now is, with my international real estate, is put tours together. And it's so funny because I just did a PowerPoint presentation for a group in North Carolina yesterday, for a group of investors that's interested in either learning more about international real estate and also wanting to possibly invest in some of these countries or islands. So I had a Keller Williams lady reach out to me. She's just like, oh my God, she's Trinidadian, and what was the other one? She's Trinidadian and something else. So I just thought that was great. And, I was like, yes, I'd be more than willing to help you, give you any information. So of course, if I can get her to join EXP, it would be a partnership and I can give her free information, but otherwise, of course, things come with a cost.
Right.
So at the end of the day, we still have to make money, we have to live, but I'm not one to not share resources. That's another thing about me. I'm not a stingy realtor. If there's anything that I can do to help somebody, that's something that works for me. Just like this is why I love Kevin, because he is great. He shares information to help us be successful, and all he asks is just for us to refer when we get a client. So sometimes depending on what route the client goes, we may not necessarily be able to refer, because like with some of these programs, they have their own title company that they work with.
Right.
So that's the only reason why you haven't seen something from me yet, but I have something in the works. I'm trying to hopefully
This is
can
on the
get
ca-
over
this is
to
on
you.
camera,
Yes.
so-
And I am a person of my word. So if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
She will. She
I
will.
will.
And I believe you will. So, what about what's going to happen or what's going on with Monique in the near future? I know that you're a local real estate agent, international real estate agent, work for other hats.
Mm-hmm.
But is there something coming up in your future professionally that you'd like to share with the audience?
Yes. Well, once I can get I know Kevin's going to kill me because he's been so helpful and I just been so busy. I would love to get my CRM working for me
Oh my
in
gosh,
the manner.
really?
So I know we've been talking about this for months.
Yeah.
So it's not that I really just have been that busy.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have 2 tours coming up that I haven't even looked at the information yet that my realtor partners have sent me. That's how busy I've been. So that is my goal, to get that done this week. I promise you, because I'm coming back to see you, I'm going to get my CRM done, because I really know I'm leaving a lot of money on the table. I know that. When you say that, it is true. But in the future, I am working on possibly being an Airbnb owner. I have some friends that are just like, Monique, we got to do something. What can we do? I want to do Airbnb. I was like, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's partner up. Let's start with leases here, because we all know that that's the easiest route to go,
Right.
and the more affordable. Instead of putting ourselves in debt trying to own a property, let's see how we work as a partnership with just a rental. So we're gonna try to do that, because the World Cup is coming in 2025, and I think that's going to be a great moneymaker right
There's
there.
going to be a lot of people coming over here.
A lot of people coming. So all you soccer lovers, just
Football.
Just stay tuned. Football. Stay tuned, because we may hopefully have a property for any friends or family coming from your native country, or friends coming from your, the nearest or closest cities, states, wherever. So I'm
Awesome.
super excited about that.
Well, while we wrap this up, why don't you tell everybody how to get a hold of you?
Okay. First, you can reach me by phone. My number is 832-578-4021. My email is, it's a long one. It's T as in time, T Monique Hoggard, Hoggard @gmail.com. I am on Facebook at Monique, Moni, and then Monique spelled out. And Instagram, Making Moves with _Monique. Those are my personal ones. So that's fine. I don't have a problem if you follow me on my personal or my business. I think I have more followers on my personal. So as long as you follow me, that's all that matters.
There you go. Connections are connections.
And podcast, I need y'all YouTube followers. I have the Shades of Gray podcast show, because everything in real estate is not black and white. So please follow, like, subscribe. I need your viewership. I give a lot of just great information. I'm starting to add some of the international pieces, just letting people know why it's a good place to come. If I've been there, just, sharing information. But yeah, it's a lot of resourceful information, whether you're a buyer, a seller, investor, or just an ordinary person just wanting to know what the hell's going on in real estate.
There you go. So you can get a lot of good education from her as
Yeah.
well. So if you're looking to buy, sell, lease, or invest, insurance, travel,
Yep.
international real estate,
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and stop there.
And we do have a real estate cruise coming up, but you need to come aboard on. So
Oh.
E.L. Crane is going to, a lot of you know who he is. He is going to be providing the CE credit on board. So it's closing on the C's, get y'all some nice, helpful tips and tricks. And also getaway. I do work with Uplift. So if you don't have the money right now, you can finance it. So if you qualify, Uplift will pay it full, and then you can make monthly installments. So there's no reason why you can't be on that cruise, and it's going to be Carnival, and it's going to be at the end of August the 22nd to the 26th, I believe, 22nd to the
2 months
26th.
from
So
now.
it's 4 days, yes.
A little over about 2.5 months.
You got
from now.
time, so call me. You got my phone number, you got my Instagram, you got my Facebook, you got my email. So any insurance professional, whether you are a realtor, a title partner, a lender, an investor, an insurance professional, you are all welcome to come. We got 30 slots, so time is of the essence. And if y'all have any questions, you can reach me.
And the phone number is, one more time?
832-578-4021.
Awesome. Well, guys, this has been Monique Hoggard. She wears a lot of hats. She can help you with a lot of stuff. This has been episode number 51 of Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective. If you are a real estate agent or a vendor in the Fort Bend County area and you want to be on the podcast, give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com. And I always have to end the podcast by letting everybody know that I could not do this if it wasn't for my support staff, which is Jennifer Smitis, the division president, Caitlin Kornick, Devin, the escrow officers here in Sugar Land, and Wendy Santana, the escrow officer in the Richmond office. So until next week, you guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
See you soon, and y'all have a wonderful Mother's Day for all all you lovely mothers out there.
Happy Mother's Day. I forgot that. Shame on me. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.